All right. Well, I'm super excited because we're going to be taking a look at how you can do testing of product images to find out not just guessing what is the right one, but see what actual people have to say. And I've done this myself. And so that's why I'm excited to bring on Anthony Cofrancesco from PickFu to talk about the actual how you could set up your own test to test your main images. And I did this one time and I tested my images versus a competitor. And I was pleasantly surprised with the results that people liked my images. So I don't know if that was good or bad because it didn't really help me figure out what was next, but it gave me the confidence I was doing the right thing. So super excited to get into this and how people could do this themselves. So Anthony, thanks for jumping on.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm super excited, Kevin. I'm going to jump right into this. Right now, we're going to do a test, and this is like a real world scenario of what you might actually do. I've got a really hot product this year. I don't think I'd recommend selling it.
Right.
We're going to do I'm just going to change my keyword here. So we're just going to do surgical mask. And so let's say you wanted to go sell into this product category, and you're like, okay, what should I do for my main image? What I'm going to do is I'm going to just look here. I'm going to pull up 3 of the top competitors, people who are selling what seems to be, some good volume here. I'm going to pick 3 different, maybe I'll pick 4 different images. I'm just going to come here to their main image. And I'm just going to download them. This is very, very similar to what you do in real life. Maybe one of these is your listings and you want to see how it compares to the competitor. Maybe you're trying to compete with these. Whatever the case, we're going to see, what I really want to see is like, okay, what do people like about this image? What do people not like about these images? And how can I use that feedback to either adjust my own image or change the strategy for how I'm going to go in and do my photography or 3D rendering, whatever it might be. So I'm just coming here real quick and downloading the images, super straightforward. And then what I'm going to do now is I think I have PickFu here. And I'm just going to start a new poll. So I'll show everyone kind of how easy it is to set up. Really, really simple. So I've got my images. I'm just going to, they're right here. I'm just going to pull them up, upload them to PickFu. Nice and easy. Oopsies. And you can actually put in up to 8 options at the same time. I usually like to do 2. Sometimes if I have a few examples, these are all obviously top sellers, so they're doing something right. And I just want to see, these were all pretty different. So we've got the product with the packaging, it shows it in the bag. This view, just a singular mask. We've got this packaging, which looks a little bit different, and then a mask from the side view. And so for my poll question, I'm just going to ask which image do you prefer for this? If I wanted to be more specific, I might say, I think these are all 50 count boxes. So I'm just going to say for this 50 pack of surgical masks. And then I'm going to go to my audience, right? So for my audience, I can do a general audience. For this, I'm just going to click, a commonly targeted audience that people really like to use is Amazon Prime customers. So these are only going to ask people on their panel that actually have an Amazon Prime membership. And I'm going to click Start Poll. So we're just going to let this simmer in the background. We'll fast forward a little bit ahead in the future, and we'll come back and search through these results.
Alrighty, so we have waited just a couple of minutes. This has literally been, I don't know, we've been on this call recording a few of these for less than 20 minutes. And you'll notice here, we are rocking and rolling. We've already got 38 new responses. One of the things I really love, we added this feature recently on PickFu, is that your tab is automatically going to upload with, we've got a few other ones running of how many new results you have. So I am very impatient. And so I like to have these up while I'm working, and then I'm constantly like going back, no need to refresh. I'm just going to click here, loading 39 new respondents. You'll see we've already got 7 people answering. So this has been like 20 minutes and we're already almost done. What I want to start looking at now is, okay, let's start to break down, why do people like and which image do they like, right, for these surgical masks. And so this isn't super surprising to me. I kind of had a hunch from the beginning that the singular masks weren't going to do super well. The ones with product packaging would do the best. And this is obviously the cleanest arrangement. So option C is getting 74% of the votes right now. We can scroll down and start to look at some of the feedback, like what is the reason why people are saying this? And so, This person's saying, I think 100% that showing the box and them stacked up makes a difference. I think the single one doesn't show the whole picture. This makes sense to me. I'm curious too, if I come to like option D, why are people saying this? They're like, okay, this is more visually appealing when you take the box. So they're actually giving the explanation for all of the different options, because they are, remember, these people are ranked choice voting. So they're actually voting what their first, they're voting head to head. So they're seeing all of the images for this one.
And the colors are basically they're ranking in order, which they like. So like option C is the green one, right?
Yep. Yeah. So this is like the people who voted option D as their first. You'll notice that, it's red, and then there's pink, green, blue. And so you can kind of get a breakdown of what people are saying. And then you can see this feedback is just going and going. Obviously, option C is going to get the most. I've run similar versions of this test in the past. The interesting thing is like the reason that people are picking like option D and option B is because it's very crisp. It's very clean. One of the interesting things as well is like this mask is very smooth, right? So this one is going to get, it's very smooth. It's very simple. And so the thing that I might want to look at if I'm thinking about how am I going to go and compete, it's like, what can I take the strong elements of each of these and how can I apply it to my own image? And so people like seeing the stack because it's showing the quantity. People like seeing the product packaging, but they also like seeing the mask. It's showing the full picture. I think there's still some improvements that could be made on this. Probably to the product packaging would be a really big improvement because this is kind of bland, kind of basic. But even with the arrangement, maybe make it a little bit more symmetrical and, fan out the masks in a different format. So we'll leave a link down in the description below. People can check this out and read the responses for themselves. A couple other features that I just want to highlight. You can come down and see these demographic charts. So how people by age range voted, education, ethnicity. I know I'm scrolling around a bunch. One of the other things that's pretty interesting to highlight is you can hover over someone and say, okay, who is this person? What did they say? And so this person, income 100K, graduate degree, male, white, 35 to 44. We'll let people go through. We'll keep loading these new responses. And
Awesome. So down below, we'll have a link so people can check out these actual results. In fact, they'll be able to, because we're still doing this live and we saw there were 6 people filling it out. So people will be able to see the actual, it was going to be 50 responses.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, all right. So you can check out, the link will be in the description down below, as well as if you want to set up your own PickFu poll, just go to pickfu.com/maxecom, which there'll also be a link in the description as well, where you can save on your first poll, which is always a nice thing as well. And so this was awesome. I definitely recommend folks check this out. So this is it's cool to see it in play. So thanks so much for doing that, Anthony.
Yeah, no problem.